Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Heavenly Parent Holy Community Oceania Morning Hundoke. Today is Ahn Shi Il, and we have Reverend Santosh presenting on this Tuesday, the 21st of July 2026, or the 8th of June in the 14th year of Chongyalguk. So thank you all for coming, and let's begin with a bow to our true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind. Chanji Champumlimge Kyombe. Paro. And let's recite our family pledge, both in Korean and English.
가전맨세 6. 천일국 주인, 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님의 대신 가정으로서 손을 움직이는 가정이 되어 하늘의 축복을 주변에 연결시키는 가정을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다.
Family pledge number 6. Our family, the owner of Chongyalguk, pledges to become a family that moves heavenly fortune by embodying the heavenly parent and true parents, and to perfect a family that conveys heaven's blessing to our community by centering on true love.
Thank you. I'd like to share again this Hyo-John Cosmic Blessing Ceremony Prayer. Heavenly Parent, you have endured and waited so long. As there are now blessed couples that have been inducted as Chombo, it means there are blessed families that have completed the Chombo requirements, whom you can embrace and govern directly. As true parents, we offer you our deepest gratitude and all glory for your divine protection that will allow the birth of many more blessed families that can stand strong and show an example in front of their nation and world as Chongyalguk citizens. Heavenly Parent, through this holy wine ceremony conducted in unity with true parents, your children who have fulfilled their responsibilities as blessed families will be able to join the ranks of filial children and loyal patriots, children you can be proud of and embrace both on earth and in the eternal spiritual realm beyond. Thank you for permitting and giving your children this opportunity. Heavenly Parent, thank you for opening the way that will allow your children to move beyond their family and tribe and to advance to the world. They are the Chongyalguk Chombo citizens. Heavenly Parent, please remember your children of whom you are proud. May you guide and protect all the blessed families inducted as Chombo so that they may all advance toward and soon bring about the day when you can realize throughout the world your dream and hope, which you have yearned to realize for so long. This will be the day on which you can say everything has been accomplished. It is all fulfilled. Thank you. I pray and proclaim all these things in true parents' name, Arju. Thank you. And before we welcome up Reverend Santosh, I'd like to share a praise song. Please.
Our beloved true mother, whom we miss you. You always believe in us, and thank you for loving us always. I hope that this praise becomes a praise that can bring joy back to you, to bring source of strength. Let us offer this praise.
Hana
first, second, third, and fourth generation will absolutely become one, and we'll walk the path you're walking with you. Mother, thank you. Mother, we love you.
Thank you, and let's welcome up Reverend Santosh. Thank you.
Good morning, Reverend John. Good morning, dear brothers and sisters from Oceania. Today, Samriddhi is back after 2 weeks. I'm happy. Yeah. When Samriddhi and Sanjo, they went, my two kids went to Melbourne for workshop. This was the first time for us to be without kids. I mean, not being with kids for 10 days. It was not a pleasant experience originally, but they are back from workshop, and Samriddhi, after that, Samriddhi went for weekends workshop, blessing workshop, and she's back too. So today we are going to read Hunduke. As usual, the first part is from the history. What happened in the month of July in the history? Let's read that. 2000 July 1st, proclamation of the return of the fourth Adam's Lamb of Heart to God. That was held in Hanamdong residence in Seoul. July 30, 2000, first Blessed Wife special workshop for registration into the Kingdom of Heaven in Chompyeong Training Center. 2001, July 3 to 6, assemblies in Korea for settlement of God's fatherland. July 13, 2001, True Father speaks to members of National Assembly Office building in Seoul. July 3rd, 2002, 1.8 million couples interreligious and international marriage blessing in Sheraton Hotel in Arlington. July 10 to 15, 2003, World Culture and Sports Festival. This was the first time I saw true parents in my life. 2003, July 10, opening ceremony of the 2003 World Cup and Sports Festival in Yuguansun Arena in Cheonan. 2003, July 13, proclamation of the end of the era of enmity, Sunmoon University, Cheonan. 400 million couples, international blessings, marriage blessing, fourth phase, Yungonsun Arena in Cheonan. The first time. This is the day, July 13, first time I saw true parents. 2003, July 15, first Peace Cup International Soccer Tournament, World Cup Stadium, Seoul. 2004, July 16, first special meeting to proclaim the revolution of true heart and the opening of the era of true liberation and complete freedom, Chongye Garden in Yeosu. 2004 July 21 second special meeting to proclaim the revolution of true heart and the opening of the era of true liberation and true complete freedom. Chongye Garden in Yesu. 2004 July 23 to 26 World Culture Sport and Sports Festival in Chonan. 2004 July 26 400 million couples international marriage blessing fifth phase in Chonan. 2005 July 13 second blessing to totally invest our heart to the peaceful unification of the Korean people is one people Olympic whole soul. Little bit move it. Uh, 2005 July 14 second rally to totally invest our hearts for the peaceful unification of Korean people is one people and Korea Japan banquet to pray the unification of the fatherland of Korea in Kintex in Gyeonggi province. 2005 July 15 2005 Peace Cup International Soccer Tournament World Cup Stadium Seoul. 2006 July 16 fourth World Assembly of the Mongolian People Federation for World Peace Intercontinental Hotel in Geneva, Switzerland. 2007 July 4 2007 World Cultural and Sports Festival in Chonan. 2007 July 5 2007 World Cultural Sports Festival International and interracial intercultural marriage blessing to bring the era of the peace and prosperity in Chonan. July 12 2007 third Peace Cup International Soccer Tournament World Cup Stadium Seoul. 2008 July 18 dedication of Yeosu Ocean Resort in Yeosu. 2008 July 19 True Parents helicopter accident in Chompyo. So this is what happened in the history in our movement with together with True Parents in the past. So now let us go to today's Hunduke and the epic history of the the epic history of the chosen Han people of Korea. Today we'll be reading chapter 2, the root of the culture of attendance. The root of the culture of attendance in the Korean Han people. Okay, here we welcome Miss Samriddhi.
The Tangun legend and Hong-ik Ingan. The legends and rituals in ancient Korean faith, revering and honoring the Heavenly Parent, are deeply embedded in the life, culture, and history of the Han people. Notably, the legend telling of the founding of their first kingdom includes the idea that Tangun, or Tangun Wanggom, the founder of Gojoseon, originated from heaven. In the legends of the origin of the Han people and the founding legends of Gojoseon, the Heavenly Parent is expressed as Han, Han or Hwan. The origins of the name 대한민국, Republic of Korea, and the surname Han also derive from this same source. In the Tangun legend, Hwan-ung, the son of Hwan-in, the supreme and only god of heaven, also called Hannim, Hanalnim, or Hanelnim, who governs the universe and all creation, descended from the heavenly realms to rule the human world. Hwan-ung received 3 divine seals, Chonbuin, from Hwanin. He then led a group of 3,000 people to establish Shinsi, the city of God or divine city, under the Shindansu sacred tree on the Mount Taebaek, now Baekdu Mountain, connecting the Manchurian plain and the Korean peninsula. Accompanied by the wind god, Hungbek, the rain god, Usa, and the cloud god, Unsa, Hwan-ung taught people agriculture, medicine, and law, practicing the ideology of Hong Ik Ingan, devotion to the welfare of all humankind. This ideology reflects the will of the Heavenly Parent and the desire of all people. It became the founding principle of Kojo-son and a guiding light for the mind and spirit of the Han people. The legend relates that one day a bear and a tiger came to Hwan-ung wishing to become human. Hwan-ung gave them sacred mugwort and 20 cloves of garlic, saying if you eat this and avoid sunlight for 100 days, you will become human. The bear thus transformed into a woman. She married Hwan-ung, who temporarily became human, and this led to the birth of Tangun. Tangun, the progenitor of the Korean people, not only advocated for Hong-ik Ingan, devotion to the welfare of all humankind, but also championed the ideals of Chese Ilhwa, governing and enlightening while in the world. Ido Yochi, ruling with the way, and Kwangmyeong, governing the vision of the Han people who strove governing the world with bright light. Centering on these peaceful principles, Tangun ruled Kojoseon and became a symbol of the vision of the Han people, who strove to live according to God's will and serve the Heavenly Parent, while working to create the universal peace that all of humankind desires to see. The fact that the statement, our people are one people, our nation is one nation, and our culture is one culture, made by Korean human rights activist Ham Sok-hon, is still an active sentiment today, signifies that at the core and foundation of the Korean culture is faith, that they are all from one root, as descendants of heaven, with one heavenly parent. It is said that in earlier times, a local deity on Jeju Island, known as Cheonjiwang, king of heaven and earth, fathered two sons with a mortal woman, and that one of them became king of the mortal world. Later, after the introduction of Confucianism, Buddhism, and Taoism, these grandfather deities, Hwan In and Cheonji Wang, came to be called Je Sangje orJesok. The emphasis on grandfather deities, such as this, is evidence that faith in deities who take the position of parents from heaven has been rooted in the spirit and history of the Han people for thousands of years. This close connection to these ancestor deities has cultivated a people with a love for peace, characterized by kindness to others and the courage to serve both people and country. Based on their sense of being descendants of heaven, the Han people came to believe that they all share the same roots, and thus their hearts are interconnected. This shared root of the heart is called Han Ma'um, which means one heart, and therefore signifies God's heart. This emotional quality of the Han people has developed into concepts of oneness, organic collective consciousness, and further into a sense of community, because a national character that has embedded this kind of philosophy and culture of peace and coexistence based on Han Maum connected to God's heart dwells within the Han people on the Korean peninsula. They are the ones to whom our Heavenly Parent could send those who were aligned with heaven's will. The legends of Mago and Princess Bari. Among the legends of the Han people, there are also legends about female figures, such as the Mago legend and the Princess Bari legend. Mago, also known as Mago Harmi, Grandmother Mago, is a goddess who created heaven and earth with her creative power and divine nature. She is said to have passed down her power to a shaman, before ascending to heaven. On Jeju Island, there is a similar legend about a goddess called Seolmunde, Harmang, grandmother Seolmunde, a grandmother giant who created Jeju Island. These leg ends tell of a Heavenly Mother figure actively investing in the process of creation. Princess Bari was born as the seventh daughter of a king but was abandoned and was raised by an elderly couple. One day, the king and queen fell gravely ill, and it was said that only the water of life from the underworld could cure them. While the six older princesses refused to undertake the perilous journey, Princess Bari, despite having been abandoned by her parents, chose to go to the underworld to save them. She successfully brought back the water of life and cured them. Subsequently, Princess Bari became the ancestor of the Mudhang shamans, who serve as the bridge between the will of heaven and the Han people. In these legends featuring women, the deities are divine beings at the root of life, encompassing both the natural world and humanity. They preside over birth, bestow new life, and are particularly characterized by their connection to female shamans, who alleviate the bitter pain people suffer as they pass through the cycle of birth, aging, sickness, and death. The Han people have furthermore established a foundation on which God's perfection as a heavenly parent could be revealed by simultaneously revealing God as the Heavenly Father based on the Tangun legend and God as the Heavenly Mother through the legends featuring female deities. Ceremonies dedicated to heaven. Because religious rites were a key focus of the culture that flourished in ancient Korea, the culture of the Han people can be described as a culture of Chonje, ceremonies for heaven. Centered around ceremonies dedicated to the Heavenly Parent, in ancient society, these rites not only facilitated communication with heaven, Heavenly Parent, but also played a crucial role of bringing together and maintaining bonds among people in each village and across the nation. Throughout the ancient history of the Han people, the founding kings were considered descendants of heaven, as well as rulers of an earthly nation, built altars to heaven. This was done not only in the kingdom of Gojoseon, but also in the kingdom of Puyo, Koguryo, Karak, and Silla, accompanied by music and dance featuring drums, bamboo flutes, and other instruments. They conducted rituals before heaven, offering their first grains and firstborn livestock. The ritual of offering pure well water has also been practiced since ancient times, primarily by the women of the household, as an expression of reverence and gratitude towards Heavenly Parent, and as a means of purification. The act of drawing the clear water from the well and offering it to heaven while praying was an important ritual that honored the sacredness of heaven and was a means of conveying people's wishes to the Heavenly Parent. These ceremonies reflect the Han people's understanding that they were descendants of heaven. They tried to actualize the will of heaven as individuals in their villages and in their nation. Through their tradition of starting the day by greeting heaven at dawn, offering newly harvested grains and first fruits to heaven, and performing artistic rituals, they lived in attendance to Heavenly Parent. This ideology is well reflected in the Tangun legend, various other legends, and the culture of ritual offerings, which provide a foundation to support the Han people's conviction of their special relationship with heaven. This conviction propelled the development of a culture and national character of striving to live in communion with God. Chomseongdae and passion for astronomy. The Han people had a profound interest in heaven, which they considered their origin, and they were knowledgeable in astronomy, as evidenced by the Cheomseongdae Observatory, built to study the stars and planets, in addition to its function for observing the movements of the heavenly bodies. Cheomseongdae is also believed to have been a site for religious ceremony, for the worship of heaven, and for gaining understanding of heaven's will. This reflects the people's religious aspiration to honor heaven. The knowledge of astronomy they gathered was applied in the rituals they offered to the heavenly parent, whom they attended in their daily life. In essence, this formed a firm foundation for an advanced and enlightened culture among the Han people, one that viewed heaven, humankind, and earth, the natural world, as the three elements, samje, which constitutes one harmonized universe. They continue to seek deeper understanding of the will of heaven, along with the principles of nature, pursuing a moral and ideal life that maintain the harmony of these three elements.
Thank you, Samriddhi. This is the end of the chapter 2 in this book. Stop sharing. Okay. So,
Yeah.
yeah, Rabin John, little bit. I want to share my thoughts after reading this chapter.
Sure.
In the first chapter that talks about the Hongi Kingang, this passage connects with the story, with the principle of Hongi Kingang, which means broadly benefit all humanity. In most of the speech of true parents, especially true father, the translation of this Hongik Ingang from Korean is written as the living for the sake of others. It argues that Korean people share a common heavenly origin, a common heart called Hanmao, or one heart, and responsibility to work for the peace and the welfare of the humanity. So, translation is sometimes a little bit different. There is a passage where True Father says, the Korean people are the chosen people in whom the spirit of Hongik Ingang, the ideal of broadly benefiting humanity, remains alive, although they have preserved a history of more than 5,000 years. They have not invaded or plundered other nation or people. So this is the main base, the Hongi Kingang, the message of Hongi Kingang is the main thing in the first, the Dangun religion and Hongi Kingang. That's the main message, what I realized. Also, recently we've been reading this Han people. So some of us have heard that we think, oh, why True Mother is talking about her own last name Han? But I think it's a different understanding. As we say in Korean, De Han Minguk. De means great, Han means Korea, Minguk. So True Father also used to use Han Minjok in many of his speech. So I was just doing some research in the Korean speech. Then I found I just I have to share one here. There is a speech to father gave in Korean, of course, and it was later translated in English. So most of the translation they say is Korea. They just say when father talks about Hanminjok, they just translate Korea. But in original Korean speech, like the father gave in 2010 July 8, 천지인 참부모 정작 설렉 말씀 선표대화. It says that 한민족은 여러분부터 하나님을 청송 중 최고 최성의 초상으로 숭하면 살 아는 천조 민족입니다. Where father says, from ancient times, the Han people revered God as the highest and supreme ancestor and lived as people descendants from heaven. So many places I found that true father use Han Minjok. Han Minjok, and but the translation is not done as the Han people, Korean Han people. They just say Korean people. This speech is from True Father. Most of the time, True Father, when talking about the responsibility of the Korean people, True Father also talks about the Han Minjok, the importance of Han Minjok, the origin of Han Minjok. Also, the legend of Margot and Princess Bari. Margot represent a heavenly mother and creator, while Princess Bari represent sacrificial filial devotion, healing, and spiritual service. Together, this legend show family divine figure as source of life, compassion, and restoration. In this theological interpretation, they complement Dangun legend by presenting God not only as Heavenly Father, but also as Heavenly Mother, revealing the complete nature of Heavenly Parents, which is very important for us to understand. And one thing, the ceremony is dedicated to heaven. When I was reading these things, one thing came in my mind is, how the Han Minjok culture was even transferred more towards uh, southern part of the Asia, where when we were grown up, we experienced this kind of tradition even in our household. The essence is that the ancient Korean culture were created and worshiping and attending heaven, understood as heavenly parents. This ceremony offerings, music, dance, prayer, and pure water rituals, that these things I even myself in my growing 5, 6, 7, 8 years, when I was in that age, I experienced my grandparents practicing these rituals. The Han people expressed gratitude to heaven, sought purification, and communicated their wishes. These ceremonies also united families, village, and the nation, believing themselves to be descendants of heaven. They tried to live according to heaven's will in their personal and social national life. In simple terms, their religious tradition created a culture of living in close relationship with God and serving heaven in every day. And then the other thing I really like good to remind myself of my childhood was this thing that uh, astronomy and spiritual life, as we say, Chomsong Day symbolize the Han people's deep interest in heaven, astronomy, and spiritual life. They studied the stars not only scientifically but also to understand heaven's will and guide religious rituals. My grandparents, they used to tell me stories about the stars, that the story of stars were more related to heaven's will and to guide religious rituals. This reflected the belief that heaven, humanity, and nature should exist in harmony. So it's not about only about astronomy. People who even in that part of the world, we used to believe, our grandparents used to tell us the story that how the story of stars, the story of astronomy is related to the rituals and our understanding of heavenly parents. So with this, my short sharing, I would like to give the space back to Reverend John. Thank you very much, Reverend John.
Yes, thank you very much, Reverend Santosh, for sharing with us. And today's Tuesday, and we do have a breakout session. But before that, I'd like to share another praise song. So I'll just bring that up. And please enjoy.
이르를 위하여 드디어 오신 장부모니 그 사랑의 힘으로 세상을 부르니 희망이 보이네. 인생을 통한 날 지켜주시고 이끌어 주시는 장부모님의 참사랑 우리들도 부모님처럼 살겠어요. 더 이상의 아픔과 슬픔이 없도록
We are the direct children of you, true mother. We'll offer you hope and joy to you, true mother.
자력 견례 바로
Yeah, thank you. And as Tuesdays is our breakout. These are random rooms, so I'll just create, and so please join in. Okay. Thank you, everyone. I hope you had a good chance to share. It's time for us to offer our unison prayer, so I'll just bring up that screen. Thank you. It is. So let's pray together. Thank you. Arju, Arju, Arju. Thank you, everyone. Thank you again, Reverend Santosh, for sharing. And I hope everyone has a great day and see you all again tomorrow. So thank you. Okay,
Thank you very
bye-bye.
much.